Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Indigo Diamond here with another video, here to talk about episode 3 of Drag Race UK Series 5. Apologies for the delay, I ended up going out last weekend and then I had work during the week, so I wasn't able to do a video then, but I am here with another video to talk about this episode. Before we get into it, make sure you hit that subscribe button, like the video, and tell me down below, who are you rooting for? Honestly, I have quite a few favourites this series now. They're all have positives that I'm liking, so I think I need to go a bit further into the series to find out. So episode 3, we did the girl group challenge this week. So this is honestly probably the editing's gone back to normal now. That's because the secret queen, whose name has not officially been confirmed, but who a lot of people think they know who it is. This is when what they had done came to light, and they essentially got booted off at this point. So that's great. You know, it means everything's kind of like, it feels slightly more normal, if that makes sense. But this week's episode was the girl group challenge. Now, UK girl group challenge has high expectations. I think a lot of us love the girl group challenge. I personally think it's one of my favourite challenges that UK does, because the song is always very enjoyable to listen to, and this series did not disappoint. Now, I will say that there was still a clear winning team. I think the Fierce Force 5, as they were known, was definitely the best team, but the M52s didn't do a bad job, not even slightly. You know, I still think they, you know, because usually when it gets to the girl group, you kind of like look at one and you're like, okay, you're the losing team. Like, clearly you are the losing team. And, you know, they were still clearly the losing team, but they didn't do a bad job. The other weird thing about this season of the girl group challenge, or this series is girl group challenge, is that we didn't get a team win. They did what they did back in episode 1, and they made the top 2 lip sync for the win. So that's an interesting thought. I'm not quite sure why they did it that way, but hey, it is what it is. The runway theme for this week was pop idols, I think. So we had some really interesting looks. So let's get into it. We'll go alphabetically again. So we'll start with Banksie. Banksie is very, like, definitely one of my favourites from this series. There's just such a lovable quality about them. And so in the challenge, I mean, the B50, the M52s, B52s, no, M52s. There wasn't a lot that they did, like, choreography wise, and a lot of that's going to be because Miss Naomi Carter had injured her knee, like at the end of the previous episode, at the end of the previous week, by boob bouncing with DeDeLicious, as you do. So, you know, I think a lot of it was just kind of them just kind of like walking around her sort of thing while she was on a sofa. Now, I did like Banksie's outfit. She's doing David Bowie here. I think it's a great look. You know, it looks good on her. I liked her verse. I thought her verse was good. I mean, no one really had a bad verse, so I can't really, you know, say much about the verses, to be honest, because they were good. The team as a whole, you know, yeah, I mean, they weren't the best, because I think a lot of it was just walking around, but I still loved Banksie this episode. And, you know, the fact that she fell behind the sofa right at the end, I very much enjoyed. Moving on to our winner of the episode is Cara Melle. Now, yeah, it was like, when they said there was going to be a top 2, I was like, Cara's got to be in the top. Like, clearly has to be in the top for this episode. There's no ifs, no buts. It just is. And I was right. And she ended up winning the challenge. So, you know, she did the choreography for her team. You know, yeah, she put herself in the middle for the most part, but she she was doing the choreography and she was on the team. Of course she's going to, like, highlight herself. I mean, wouldn't you? I would. But she did a fantastic job, with her choreography. She did a fantastic job in the challenge. This look is clearly supposed to be Beyonce, and it looks good. It's going to be a hard episode to really talk about because just everyone did a good job. Everyone looks good, pretty much. Yeah. Up next, we've got DeDeLicious, who, yes, she was in the top group, but I think after the critiques, it was kind of clear she wasn't going to be in the top 2. So she is doing a Nicki Minaj look. I think, yeah, it looks good. You look at it and you instantly go Nicki Minaj. So what more can you wish for? In the challenge, I thought, she was cute in the challenge. I think the judges picked up the only thing which was, she was a bit ahead in certain points, and a lot of that was going to be, it came across that she was maybe too excited to get to the next step. But she's young, what do you expect? Up next, we have Ginger Johnson. So Ginger is doing an Elton John look. I mean, I got it was Elton John. I'm not sure. It's not my favorite. Not my favorite look. It's not like bad. It's just it's okay. And Ginger, I think, had one of my best lines in one of my favorite lines in her song, where she says, "I already ate and I had ham." I'm sorry, what? I mean, it's just so stupid, but I loved it so much. It's such a ridiculous line, but yeah, I must admit, because at the start of the episode she had said Ginger Johnson doesn't have a girl group fancy. I was like, oh no, don't tell me this is going to be an episode where you end up bottoming or something like that. But no, she didn't do a bad job again. But I love that line. I already ate and I had ham. I mean, come on. Up next, we've got Kate Butch. Now, this was a good episode for Kate Butch, I think. She did well in the girl group challenge, which is not something I was expecting. She's funny, yeah, but sometimes funny people can't put stuff into a girl group, so this was a surprise. Yeah, she wasn't up there to be critiqued, but I think she did a really good job in this episode. And this look where she was doing Shania Twain, from that don't impress me much. And oh my god, she had props in the bag. She had a rocket for rocket scientists and stuff like that. I love the fact that Sophie Ellis-Bextor was sat there and she went, "Oh, do you have Brad Pitt in there?" And then Kate just pulls out a sign that says Brad Pitt, and I was like, that is the best timing you could possibly ask for. But I mean, I've been loving Kate from the moment she walked in, and my love for Kate is only growing. I think she's a fantastic queen, and honestly, I think this was a step up for her in the looks department. Her looks haven't been bad, but this was not what I was expecting from Kate Butch on this runway. So well done, Kate. You've done a fantastic job. Up next, we've got Michael Marouli. Honestly, I thought Michael was going to be the other top 2 with Cara, because clearly she's doing the group The Spice Girls in this look, and it's a fantastic job. This is how you do I'm All the Spice Girls at once and do it well. I absolutely adore this. I think it's brilliant, and honestly, I thought she did really well in the challenge. Was it I'm big, I'm Greek, you're a big ball sack or something like that? That was hilarious. But yeah, I genuinely thought, given the critiques that they gave her, that she was going to be the other top, but she wasn't. But she, still did a great job, and she was still in the top team. So up next, we have Miss Naomi Carter, who is also doing Beyonce. She's doing the Lemonade Beyonce. I think this is a good look. I kind of wish the yellow of the outfit was a bit more vibrant, but that's just a personal thing, something that I would prefer, but I think it looks amazing. Honestly, I love the fact that she's got a stoned bat. In the challenge, I think she did a good job. you know, considering she had an injured knee, her verse was great and she delivered it well. You know, what more can you ask for considering she was injured? Up next, we've got Tomara Thomas, who is doing Elvis Presley. Now, I agree with the judges. The judges said that this should have been dragged up more, and I 100% agree. You know, this is sort of like you're doing an Elvis impersonation. This isn't you're doing a drag Elvis impersonation. And honestly, I think this could have kept her from the top. Personally, I think considering how well Michael Marouli did and the fact that their runway outfit was so amazing, I would have put them in the top over Tomara. But hey, that's just me and my personal preference. She didn't do a bad job in the challenge by any means. I think she did a fantastic job. I'm just, kind of surprised that she got in the top over Michael, but meh. Finally, we've got Vicki Vivacious. Now, you know, Vicki, yes, was in the winning team, but, you know, she did get critiqued about being a bit low energy in the girl group and stuff like that. This is my favourite makeup that Vicki's done, and you know why? It's because that flipping lip is not like half of her face. She's clearly doing Freddie Mercury here from Queen. This is a good look. It's a bit clean, like there's not really a lot going on with the look, if I'm honest, and I think, you know, that also held her back. But yeah, she didn't like, I mean, I like the fact that she sang in the group, but I just think, you know, she clearly needed to have a bit more energy, and this look, it's fine. It's, you know, it fits the brief. It's just, I think she could have either picked something that had more, or she could have maybe done more to this outfit, like put some stones on it or something. I don't know. It's just, it's not a bad outfit. It's just, you know, you look at it and you're kind of like, that's fine. Maybe it's just me. But that is the Queens and the challenge talked about this week. There was no one that went home. Cara and Tomara lip synced for the win, and Cara came out on top, which I was very happy with. So Cara got her first repeater badge. Now, now we started to have a bit more time with the Queens. I'm kind of not so sure who I would want as a top 3, just because there's Queens that I'm kind of like getting to know more that I didn't know much of from the start, and I'm kind of like, oh, I actually really like you as well, and you're really talented. I think you could go far. You know, I don't really dislike anyone on this season, which is good, don't get me wrong. You know, it's just odd because usually there's kind of like someone branded as like a villain, or like someone gets like kind of like an unfavorable edit. And, you know, from this episode, there just wasn't really that, which, like I said, isn't a bad thing. I'm still enjoying the series. It's great to be able to see people just, you know, show off their talent and what they're doing. I really love it. But that is all from me today. I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful day and wonderful week ahead. Leave me a comment down below. Who are you rooting for this series? And yeah, while you're down there, leave a like and comment, like and subscribe even. And I will speak to you lovely, lovely people later. Bye.